welcome to a two-fisted, super quick episode of Ignition. The McLaren 675LT is the hardcore, track-focused version of the 650S. McLaren built exactly 500 of these, and we have two. You know it's going to be fast, you know it's going to be quick. The only question that remains is, which one do we drive? Red or green? There's only one way to find out. Let's talk about the difference between the 650S and the 675LT. And we will start with LT, which stands for long tail, just like the F1 long tail that raced at Le Mans. Only thing is, the tail isn't any longer. Now, the car itself is over an inch longer than the 650, but only because the front splitter sticks out more. This tail is 50% wider, which means when it's being used for active aero, you get that much more downforce, and when it flips up into an air brake, you get that much more stopping power. The 675 part of the name refers to 675 metric horsepower, or 666 good old American horsepower. Couple that with 516 pound-feet of torque and a car that weighs 2,993 pounds, and you have a speed machine. The question, however, remains, which one of these am I going to drive? As for the red car, it's kind of more of an orange and it really clashes with my shoes. But we just had a green 570 on Ignition. Don't want too many green McLarens. And I do like this red, but I just got a red Hellcat. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the green one. I changed my mind. We're in the red car. 675LT. That's your overwhelming impression driving the car, especially when you first get in it. You just can't believe how quick this thing is. 666 horsepower, less than 3,000 pounds. That's a recipe for quickness. You also notice how tremendous the brakes are. And I'm assuming that air brake is helping us, but I mean, wow, this thing just stops. Precise, perfectly weighted, getting a lot of information back through the wheels. You know, you always hear people talk about good steering feel. This is the textbook case. You really know what's going on. It's great. The car is just so stiff, and I don't mean the ride. I mean, you can tell the carbon tub is just stiff. There's no creaking, there's no flexing. All movements just go to moving the car, not like twisting the body. Back to the quickness for a second. It's interesting what they do. They actually cut torque in first gear. You only get about 80%. Reason being, it would just overwhelm the car to have full torque in first gear, just gear too low. The second you switch to second gear, however, it's a rocket ship. God. Wow. It's just so quick. The difference between the 650S and the 675LT is an interesting one, because I've never gotten out of a 650 and been like, you know what? I need more power, I need more braking, I need more handling. That's an out-and-out, honest-to-goodness supercar. So the fact that they improve upon it, it's nuts. So here's the $400,000 question. Is this thing worth $150,000 more than the 650S? I'm just not sure. It is a hell of a road car, but so is the 650S. Maybe the money shows up on the racetrack, and that's why we're going to hand this car over to Randy Post. Only we're not going to use this car. The green one had a carbon fiber roof, so we're going to use that one. God, thank God you're driving. I can feel the blood moving around.
140.
I can.
150. 160. speed.
Oh!
Just that fast, my friend.
I mean, this feels like I'm in an actual race car. Am I crazy? I mean, this is race car speeds and race car braking and race car. I can feel the blood pooling in the back of my skull.
Yeah, isn't it great?
It's weird.
It reminds me,
what
it has more power than real race cars do, Johnny. They don't have 600 horsepower.
666?
GT3 cars?
Power good, steering good, chassis good. Damping pretty good, could be better. More mechanical engineering, less electronic engineering.
You nailed it, Johnny.
What's bad?
What's bad?
What's bad? Is there anything bad?
Yeah, the on-power traction.
And what about the braking in a straight line?
It spins the tires more than it translated into forward motion. I love the way it turns in, but you see how easily it oversteers?
Oh yeah, it's so easy.
Right there. It's the only car I've ever driven that will power oversteer.
Oh my
exiting
God.
6.
Wow, that was
On the
incredible.
other hand, it's a very enjoyable car to drive.
Oh yeah. I'm having a ball over here.
Very high driver involvement.
Passenger too.
It's got really strong brakes, but I don't like the feel. It
Oh,
isn't.
you don't, huh?
It's not as predictable as I would like.
It just went sideways under braking.
Yeah, it moves around a little in the
Oh
brake
yeah,
zone.
good. I'm glad you know that. Jesus. Now that I'm fairly convinced we're gonna live, it is a lot of fun, man.
It is fun, Johnny, and what's happening is I would normally be a lot more nervous about driving the car, but I know the stability control's on, and like a crutch, I know it's going to keep the car from ever oversteering too much.
Right.
And that actually adds to the enjoyment of the experience.
There's no doubt the McLaren 675LT is a track day special. Track day assassin might be an even better moniker. After all, the only car we've ever seen lap Big Willow any quicker is the $1 million Porsche 918 Spider. That's one hell of a performance statement, no matter which way you slice it. But back to the $400,000 question. In the hands of a professional like Randy Pobst, the 675 is magic. Guys and girls like him will be able to use and appreciate the added levels of feedback, response, and power. But for us mere mortals, it's a tougher sell. A 650S, or even a 570S, with the remainder of the money spent on driving lessons, is surely the smarter buy. Luckily, it's not a decision we'll ever have to face, as all 500 examples have been sold. even the red one and the green one.